Happy New Year. So we know happy already, and new, we've already done this one before, but the hand you do not write with, it's just here. And so let's just think of it as a layer of dirt. And then the one that you do write with, it's going to be like a scooped hand shape, and you're going to scoop it like you're getting up the top layer of dirt on the ground. And so you're getting that off, and so you're getting into the new, right? So this is new. You can also do an F for fresh. That's very English, but it's still used for fresh. But this is any type of new because you're scraping it. That's how I always envision it, is that you're scraping and getting up that old and getting to the new. So new. And then year, we've already done that one as well. So your non-dominant hand, or the hand you do not write with, does nothing. And then the right hand is the same S hand shape, and they are planets, globes, whatever you want to choose, and it goes around. And of course, the sun is stationary in that sense, where the earth goes around the sun. So this is the sun, so to speak, and this is the earth, and it goes around a revolution. So Happy New Year. So that's how you do it. So now I'm going to talk about how we're going to sign the new year 2025. It's a fun year. I'm excited about it. I know you're going, that's crazy, but let me give you a little history lesson about when, like 1999. Now, when we had the year 2000, oh my goodness, it was like, how do we sign the year 2000? So we tried different ways. So we started like, is it 2000? Because that's usually a number, not necessarily a year, and it could be for money or even just like 2,000 years ago, but for the year 2000. So most people did the year 2000. Now, or did they do 2000? Then when we got to 2001, so we voice it 2001. How do we sign that? Do we sign it to 2001 or 2001, or I saw people do 2001. I even saw deaf people do 201, and I'm going, because my brain could not wrap around it. I saw the 200, 2CC members for 100, 201. I'm going, and I wasn't thinking about a year. It just kind of did my brain a little tizzy. So I almost preferred the 2001 or 2001. Anyway, we experimented through that first decade. It was not a fun experimentation because everybody got confused. We didn't know what year, and I just got to know what I preferred and what my deaf different consumers preferred, and that's how I would sign it. And that's how we should do it as hearing people. Whatever they sign, whether you think it's right or wrong, is immaterial. It is what they understand, and that's the whole point about communication, is how are they communicating. Now, when we got to 2020, that was so fun because we decided to do 2020. And then we would say, when we would type it out, we would say chicken, chicken. And you're thinking, how does that translate, Eileen? Well, it's because this is the sign for chicken. We've learned that one before, right? And so when you did 2020, it looked like you're doing chicken, chicken, right? So we just had a lot of fun with the year 2020. So, and then we went through, we started doing the 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. So now you're thinking, I still would see people say 2024. That's not as correct, or 2000. Like if you were saying a number and you were writing a check this year, you would say it 2025. That's how you would write a check. So this is going to be a fun year. This is how we're going to sign it. 2025. This is the sign for 25. So 2025, I'm excited about doing 2025 because 2024 was, you had a lot more hand movements. I don't see people doing 2025 anymore. I think they've gotten accustomed to this new century. But those first 10 years were pretty kind of awkward, and we kind of did all kinds of little things. But once we got into 2010, it was 2010. But I still sometimes would see people do, 2009, 2014, 2014 instead of 2014. And that's easier because that's how you say it in your mind. But deaf people don't have that same sound rhythm that we do as hearing people. So it's how they see it. So if they see 2001, they might do 201, 202. That's what they see, 200. That's odd for us because that's not how we say the number. And then some people would just do 2001, 2002, and it would just be time consuming. And you'd have to really kind of look at it and really be in the moment if that's what they're talking about. Or for me, it was. And I think for some other people too, because if you weren't sure that they were talking about a year, because that's not how you would do money. Because money would be more like $2,002, right? So that's how we would do money. So some people would do 2002, 2002, 2002, and 202, because that's how they would see the numbers, 2002, right? And so it was awkward, and there was a lot of different ways to sign it. And so it depends on how they were taught or what they decided made sense to them. And so it was kind of awkward. So I'm grateful that we got into after the, in the 2020s, 20 chicken. See, now you got that to do, and it's not even 2020, 25 years later. But now we do 2025. So anyway, so Happy New Year 2025. And I will see y'all later. Practice.